In this week's parasha, which concludes the book of Yikra, we have the terrifying klalot, the curses, where Hashem says, "Im Bechukotai timasu," if you despise my statutes, if you do not follow my mitzvot, I will strike you 7 times for your 7 sins, for turning away from me, for forsaking me. And what follows is a long litany of different sins, of different punishments, sickness, war, desolation, exile, terrible things. At the moment, the Jewish people, and indeed the entire world, is going through a crisis. The crisis of the coronavirus. The spread of this terrible virus, for which currently there is no cure around the world. And certainly this is a plague of biblical proportions. But what is the reason for it? In this week's parasha, it's very clear that certain punishments come upon the Jewish people in their land for certain sins. But what about the coronavirus? Many people, simple people, even, so to speak, Torah scholars, have suggested that this is the reason for the coronavirus, or this is the reason for the coronavirus. What should be the proper approach? And I heard recently from the great halachic scholar Rav Osher Weiss in Eretz Yisrael. He quoted the famous statement in the Talmud in Tractate Yevamot. Amar Rebbe Elazar bar Avina. Rebbe Elazar bar Avina taught, Ein puranut ba'al olam ela b'shvil Yisrael. That suffering, that hardship, that retribution only comes to the world because of the Jewish people, because of Israel, because of the sins of the Jewish people. When some type of a plague or a punishment or a natural disaster happens in the world, even if it's far away from Israel and the Jewish people, it's because of the sins of the Jewish people, or it's coming to tell the Jewish people something. So clearly the coronavirus, which has affected all of humanity, is coming to tell the Jewish people something. But what is it coming to tell us? And on this point, Rav Osher Weiss said as follows. We do not know, we cannot second guess why it is that Hashem has brought this coronavirus. And it's left up to each and every individual, perhaps community, to take something from it. We're in isolation, we're in lockdown. What is Hashem trying to tell us? You know, the Talmud says that if difficulty, if suffering comes upon a person, examine your deeds. You ought to find something. It doesn't mean that you'll find the reason, but you'll find something to work on. But where Rav Osher Weiss says we must draw the line is when people come and they say, this is the reason for the coronavirus. This is the reason for 9/11. This is the reason why these terrorist attacks happen. We have no right to say that. We have no prophets. That's a chutzpah. And in fact, he mentions that he is quite a mild person. He's quite a calm person. And one time he got very upset, where a person, a scholar, brought to him a book about the Shoah, the Holocaust, and why the Holocaust happened. And this person was asking for a haskama. He wanted an approbation from Rabbi Weiss endorsing the book. And Rabbi Weiss said, I'm not going to give you an approbation. Who are we to say why it is that the Holocaust happened? Rav Osher Weiss lost all of his grandparents in the Holocaust. Is it for us to try and second guess why Hashem brings this type of suffering on the world? Certainly there's a reason. We're not privy to the reason. But let's look at this disaster as something that's coming to teach us a lesson, whatever that lesson may be that's pertinent to us. And to take it from it and to use it to grow and to become better people so that, please God, we will see the end of it soon and we will enjoy again Besorot Tovot, good tidings for everybody. I wish you a Shabbat Shalom.